You might want to sit down for this one, because we're finally heading into the most emotionally charged year in Yellowstone history, 1969. It's not just a number. It's the year that shaped everything we know about the Dutton family. This is when a young John Dutton, that John Dutton was just a 10-year-old kid. It's also the year Spencer Dutton dies. So what we're really talking about here is the passing of the torch. One generation's legacy ends, and another begins. And now, thanks to Taylor Sheridan, we're getting a full prequel series set in 1969. Honestly, it's about time. Let's break it all down, because the more you know about this year, the more you'll understand how Yellowstone became the powerhouse story it is today. What makes 1969 so powerful is what it represents. For those of us who've watched John Dutton lead with a quiet storm of loyalty and emotional armor, this is our chance to finally see what made him that way. What kind of childhood forms a man like that? Who did he love, lose, trust, or fear? What were his parents like? And who shaped him in ways he never talks about? These are the questions fans have been asking for years, and now we're finally getting answers. If you watched 1923 all the way through, you'll remember a haunting flash forward to 1969. That scene confirmed something we hoped wasn't true. Spencer Dutton doesn't make it past that year. And if you're anything like me, that stings. We've been on such a journey with Spencer. We've watched him battle wild animals, wars, and heartbreak. Knowing that it all ends in 1969 hits hard, but it also makes this upcoming series incredibly meaningful. Here's what's wild. This will be Spencer's third appearance. First in 1923, then 1944, which is already confirmed. And now, in 1969. That's a huge arc. And this final chapter? It's the one that will define his legacy. By this point in the timeline, Spencer's in his 80s. He's no longer the adventurer. He's the wise patriarch, the kind of man little John Dutton would look up to. Their bond is going to be the emotional backbone of the series. But here's where things really get messy and dramatic. Elizabeth, yes, that Elizabeth, is still alive during this time. Her return changes everything. If she shows up to stake a claim on her son's birthright, the Dutton Ranch, then we're not just watching family history unfold. We're witnessing the very first fracture that eventually leads to the chaos we see in modern-day Yellowstone. Inheritance battles, clashing egos, old secrets coming back to life. This is the Dutton family at its most raw. And let's talk about the mystery. Where has Elizabeth even been for the past 40-plus years? Michelle Randolph, who plays her, recently admitted in an interview that even she doesn't know. Elizabeth walks away pregnant at the end of 1923, and then she vanishes. Well, 1969 is about to fill in those blanks. And if you ask me, it's going to be explosive. Now, while the ranch will be at the heart of this story, we can't forget what's happening in the world outside its fences. 1969 was a turning point in American history. Civil rights protests, the Vietnam War, Woodstock, the rise of feminism. It was a time of total upheaval, and Montana wasn't untouched. Rumor has it John Dutton's father gets drafted into Vietnam during this time. That leaves Spencer to step in as a father figure to young John, which makes Spencer's death all the more devastating. So, who's going to play these iconic characters? The speculation is wild. Brandon Sklenar, who absolutely owned the role of Spencer in 1923, has said he's open to returning, even if that means going full Silver Fox with aging prosthetics. Honestly, I'd love to see that. But if they want to go older, here's a dream pick: Kurt Russell. He has the grit, the depth, and the quiet power to pull off Spencer's final chapter. Watching him mentor a young John Dutton? That's TV gold. As for Elizabeth, Michelle Randolph could possibly return, aged up with makeup or through clever time jumps. But casting someone new would work too, especially if Elizabeth comes back as a woman on a mission. She's not just a love interest anymore. She's a mother with something to prove, and possibly the spark that ignites decades of family drama. Oh, and don't sleep on the rest of the cast possibilities. John Bernthal has shown interest in joining the Yellowstone universe, And rumor is he might play John Dutton's father. Imagine that lineup: Kurt Russell, John Bernthal, Michelle Randolph. This show could be a total powerhouse. Right now, Paramount hasn't officially confirmed 1969 as a standalone series. But with all the loose ends from 1923, the interviews, and Taylor Sheridan's obsession with expanding the Dutton universe, let's be real. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Expect a release date after 1944, probably sometime in 2026. And when it drops, it's going to change everything we thought we knew about the Dutton family. If you're hyped like I am, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the Yellowstone universe. And if you're curious about how 1944 sets this all up, check out the video on screen next.